Detecting above normal radiation levels.
This is where Chief Reynolds died.
Sandstorms would have buried the body long ago. I suggest scanning.
Karkins.
Pathfinder, there is an armor piece buried deep. A leg bracer. Scan indicates tissue and bone fragments clinging to it. DNA identified as Chief Reynolds. Indications suggest his body was torn to pieces.
So the Chief became Karkin food.
Circle of life can be gruesome.
The remaining armor will be scattered, or perhaps brought to a nest. The chest piece and his Omni tool may explain his death.
Then we keep searching and scanning.
It's weird to think that if we pull this off, everything we're looking at could change.
I liked those pre-trip vision paintings of future Eos. Green fields, rivers, forests. Wonder what it'll really be like.
Pathfinder, the scan has picked up Chief Reynolds' chest piece, confirming single shot. Unable to determine weapon type, but entry point was at the back. Exit blast through the chest.
By all accounts, Nilken was in front of the Chief when he fired. So it wasn't his shot that killed him.
The Chief's Omni tool might shed some light. Picking up additional armor scraps. I believe it's a trail leading to a cave nearby.
Could be where the nest is located. It's a Karkin nest, all right. Fan out.
Confirming initiative equipment, including Omni tool assigned to Security Chief Hiram Reynolds. If you power it up, I can exhume its data. Accessing data. The Chief was scanning at the time of death. The scan picked up 2 shots. 1. A standard initiative rifle report, which missed. The other from behind, a Ket pulse weapon.
This proves Nilken is innocent. He didn't shoot Reynolds.
That's a relief. Good work.
Pathfinder, there is also an audio recording.
Go ahead and play it.
No!
Where's Nilken?
Sorry, old friend. Had to do it. I'm not dying on this rock.
That sounds like...
Confirming. Voice identified as suspect, Nilken. So he did not kill the Chief.
But he meant to. Need another chat with the man. Got them all.
Pathfinder. This area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface. Cat ahead. They appear to be fighting a Krogan.
Is that Drac?
Radiation levels within acceptable limits. Life support at 100%.
Ryder, about time you joined the party. Think I made them angry? Good. That's it, kid. Keep it up. Good one. Color me impressed.
Pathfinder. This area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface. Cat ahead. They appear to be fighting a Krogan.
Is that Drac?
Detecting above normal radiation levels.
Ryder, about time you joined the party. That's it, kid. Keep it up. Good one. Think I made them angry? Good. Color me impressed. That fight was fun.
You're telling me?
You could really handle yourself, kid. And I hear you're the one to thank for clearing up the sky. Had your number all wrong.
You're not so bad yourself, old man. Maybe we should work together after all.
This fight was pretty good, but you're still Nexus and green as a Drell. Still, something tells me you've got potential. Be ashamed to waste that. I mean, just point me to your ship and try to keep up.
The first colonists sent audio logs about these regions back to the Nexus.
And?
Fairwind's Basin. Lowest radiation count in the area. Little bit of hope.
We can work with that.
Radiation levels normal.
This is where we'll build our new outpost. A real beginning.
Prepping deployment order. You must choose what purpose this new outpost will serve.
The Nexus doesn't get a say?
Resources are at a crisis point. Protocol states this judgment call falls to the Pathfinder. With current supplies, you could build a military outpost focusing on defense and militia training. Alternatively, a scientific outpost could advance the initiative's research and discoveries.
What do you think? Military outpost or scientific?
I say scientific. Aren't we here to explore?
I say military. There's too many threats out here.
Be advised that the first outpost placed by a Pathfinder will be a statement in itself. Fair or not, your choice will represent the initiative and its intentions in Andromeda. Consider carefully.
Prioritize research and discovery. That's our foundation. And our future.
Orders prepped. Ready on your signal.
Andromeda Initiative, this is Ryder. Pathfinder.
EOS is ready for deployment.
Copy that. Outpost block inbound. And ready as hell. August Bradley, operational head for this block. Mayor now, I suppose. We're ready to make the most of what you delivered.
It took a lot of people to get us this far. That's the work you'll continue.
I hear that. Prodromos. That's what we're calling her.
They're eager. I haven't seen eager for months. EOS is far from golden. But now it's a producer. A real and reasonable first step. They think you did the impossible. The Nexus. I warned them, hoping was irresponsible. You proved me wrong, Pathfinder.
I appreciate your candor. We're all on the same side.
I wouldn't go that far. The reality, Rider? You bought us time. But one outpost on a long-shot planet won't stop us from starving. You already have a lead on something else?
The nav point from the vault.
Now it gets complicated. The others are ready to officially sanction your efforts, to be a part of your success. We all want the initiative to succeed, but after failing for so long, no one agrees on how to do it. Be aware, that's all.
I don't care why anyone helps. so long as they do.
I've heard that before. Talk to Bradley. Later, we'll go over the extended job of Pathfinder. Until then, Tan's waiting on the Nexus.
Detecting above normal radiation levels. Radiation levels within acceptable limits. Life support restored.
Ascent is go.
Leaving Atmo. All clear.
Before the meeting gets started, I have bunk assignments for PB and Drac.
Already put my rucksack in the kitchen. I'll hang out there if that's okay.
And I'm in one of the escape pods. More my speed.
That's fantastic. Welcome aboard. Any thoughts, Ryder?
We're adventurers. Whatever makes the squad comfortable is okay with me. Let's talk about our success on Eos. Besides establishing our first viable outpost, we did some amazing things. We discovered the Remnant and breached their vault.
And didn't get killed.
Overcame radiation poisoning a number of times.
And didn't die.
Confronted by Ket at every turn.
Once again, did not get killed.
You guys really need to raise the bar on what you call success.
Yeah, should we use the Krogan definition of success that got your homeworld nuked by your own people?
Fair enough.
Let's focus. Back to the task at hand. Looking forward.
Exactly. Here's my only question. When do we hit that next vault? It looked active. We have to get on that.
Hang on, hang on. We need to not go off half-cocked.
There are initiative priorities. The team calls the shots.
Actually, the Pathfinder calls the shots, just to be clear.
So what do you need from us, Ryder?
Let's be kind and give each other the benefit of the doubt. Finding a home for tens of thousands in this hellscape is stressful enough without adding dysfunction.
You got it, boss.
If Krogan are known for one thing, it's getting along.
But not humility or self-awareness.
Okay, let's head back to the Nexus. PB, Drac, see Lexi for a physical. Good meeting, everyone.
I'm in the galley when you're free.
Nice place you found.
Clean air, plants, helps me think.
Something on your mind?
Maybe.
What the hell was that?
I know that look. It's just my biotics reacting to all this. I don't normally lose it like that. A huntress should have better control.
Huntress?
Another term for an Asari commando. I was one, before the initiative. Some things stick, though. Like losing the old man.
How does a human soldier get to serve with a...
Prove your biotics can rip an APC apart, and people get nervous. Funny. The Alliance found me a cross-species military initiative in a hurry. One of the few places where my powers were welcomed. Your father made another one.
There's a lot of loss going around.
A friend and mentor who trained you. I said I wouldn't get in the way. I prepped for years as your father's second. Then he chooses you.
Is this going to be a prop?
I don't want a rival. Just, it's done. Best I can do now is be your second. Keep your father's mission alive. Then maybe we'll all get what we came out here for.
So what brought you out to Andromeda?
The initiative was meant to be different. It's quiet in here. I can keep the plants. First job, see if there's any news on the if you want to talk. Back again?
You were in the Alliance before you became a hunt.
Untrained biotic power on a starship means...
I spent years watching Pioneer.
I heard. Must have changed everything for your family.
It was time to forge my story and my horizons, and to give Sarah a shot at making the discovery of a lifetime. So, Andromeda.
None of you writers ever think small, do you?
Did you come out here with anyone? Maybe someone you served?
I had my fun on shore leave. Nothing Asari huntresses figure things out, but I was there for soldiering, not romance.
You're not technically military.
Can't get anything past you, can I?
How's the search for the Asari Ark going?
The Lucinia? Checking every comm that's coming in. Nothing concrete yet.
See you later, Cora.
I'll be here.
We haven't really spoken since orientation, have we?
It's all been so hectic, but I'm sure things will quiet down soon. Can't be worse than the Nexus.
You're setting up in here, huh?
Yeah, I'm going through what we got out of that vault. If I can crack this data storage box, it'll help with a personal project back on the Nexus. This is a nice, out-of-the-way place where I can tinker, and I can sleep at. It's not exactly homey, but I like that. Oh, but I will help you find everyone a home. While I'm with you, at least.
Should I consider you a temporary addition?
Everything's temporary, Ryder. I get it. You want to know who's on your ship, so you're here to figure out what makes me tick, right?
Something like that? Sure.
Well, I was born in a log cabin on rural Haitiana to simple but loving parents. I look forward, not back, Ryder. Why snooze through my life story? Get to know me out in the field while we're uncovering... That's why I'm here. Got tired of yawning back home.
Tackling complete strangers in the Milky Way wasn't doing it for...
I think tackling you anywhere would be fun. Did I say that out loud? Life won't be boring with you around. I may never yawn again.
Maybe you just needed more sleep.
We were out for 600 years. A special someone made the trip with me, and she woke up a different... I've slept enough. Ryder, the Milky Way was so... Been there, done that. Even if I hadn't done it, someone had. If there's one thing you should know about me, it's that I live for the unknown. For the never been done.
That's just the one thing you want me to know about you.
Let's start with that, then. Buy me a drink sometime. Who knows what will spill out of my mouth. Tell you what. I need remnant scrap. Remtech, I call it. For projects like the one I mentioned. Which you're gonna love, by the by. Promise to bring me what you scrounge, and I'll submit to all your questions.
Remtech, huh?
You again. Want to hear more about my childhood log cabin?
You mentioned you...
Nothing gets by you. Just a friend. Now she's not even that. It's better to venture into the unknown without restraints or entanglements, don't you think?
A certain independence might be helpful.
Exactly. I don't want anything holding me back.
So how do you like the team?
Interesting bunch. I get a good feeling from Vetra.
What about...
Gil smacks of complication. Might take some unraveling. Oh, right. Cora. What's her deal? Is she as prim and proper as she comes across?
She's exactly what she should be. Capable, reliable. She's...
Sure.
There's also Lexi, our doctor.
Oh, I'll get around to her. All in all, seems like a decent bunch.
You really won't tell me what you're working on?
That's right. Next question.
What was it like?
So I kind of lived off the grid. After I found my first remnant ruin, after that, I didn't spend much time on the Nexus. I even missed most of the revolt.
What does someone have to do to get you to flirt with them?
Not much at all. But I get a little extra jolt when I'm matched wink for wink. So just be yourself and the flirts will flow.
What drew you to the Remnant?
There's so much to discover. I want to be the first to figure them out. And the tech, it's on a different scale. If we can appropriate it, who knows what advances we'll make.
You're off the hook, PB. Good luck with your project.
Thanks. Don't be a stranger.
Don't give the Pathfinder too much trouble.
Quit worrying, Lucia. It'll be fine.
You're not Harry.
The blue give it away? Habitat 7 was a little more action-packed than Harry bargained for. He decided to spend his retirement years on the Hyperion looking after your sister.
Happy to have you, Dr. Tapero.
I'll do my best. Now, hold still.
Ow!
Sorry.
I remember you having a gentler touch.
Still trying to get my bearings. Thought I'd be waking up colonists, not taking care of the Pathfinder.
I couldn't be in better hands.
I just stabbed you.
We all have off days.
I always hoped to work in the field, but everything's happening so quickly.
Focus on the positive.
I guess this is my opportunity. Getting a Ket specimen aboard the Hyperion would be
what?
A Ket corpse. For autopsy.
Why do you care about the Ket?
Harry didn't tell you? My thesis on Krogan virility and aggression is what got me in the initiative.
That's a very...
I grew up on Omega, lots of Krogan mercenaries. The best habitat outside But we were discussing the Ket. An autopsy could teach us
Right.
Sam, make sure the Pathfinder eats his... So we have a stove.
You mean PB?
She's decided to set up in one of the... You don't need a psychologist to tell you that one's got commitment issues.
How do you think the crew is holding up?
I'm happy to share what I can without violating Anyone in particular? I sort them in their files and my brain by species.
How do you think the human crew members are handling?
There's a lot of them.
How's Cora doing?
She's processing. Your father was her mentor. She expected to follow in his footsteps, but he gave the role of Pathfinder to you. Just because she trusts his judgment doesn't mean she's not confused. Or hurt.
Gil?
He'd rather bury himself in the Nomad than tackle emotions head-on.
Suvi okay?
She's remarkably adaptive. I'm kind of jealous.
How's Liam?
A handful. Every time Liam's we can't lose attitude is commendable. But I worry how he'll react when something does go wrong. Ask away.
Is PB all right?
She's avoiding me. Probably thinks I'll poke her with a needle. Not in the hallway.
Tell me about Vetra.
Vetra's used to having someone. I think that's why she's so resourceful. That being said, I think she could use a little me time.
How's our Solarian?
He's quite tight-lipped about himself, though.
Is Drac good?
That old bastard's always good. I've never met anyone who can... Could you look out for him, Ryder?
Don't worry, Lexi. I'll keep an eye.
Thank you. And maybe don't mention I asked?
Thanks for the insight. How long have you and Harry been?
We met at a medical convention on the Citadel. His name card was crooked. But he was so damn confident, I knew we'd be friends.
How did you get into medicine?
My mum was a dancer on Omega. Dad was about... I'd patch him up after busy nights. Discovered I had steady hands. They put every credit they earned into my education.
Are they here in Helios?
No. Both died in a turf war. Made leaving the Milky Way behind easier.
So how did Asar...
Also, Harry insisted. Maybe he always intended to switch...
I'll let you get...
I'll be here if you need me.
And don't give the Pathfinder too much trouble.
Don't give the Pathfinder too much trouble. Oh, Roshan.
Who are you talking to?
Kesh, Nexus Superintendent, thinks she can boss me around just because she's my granddaughter.
Well, welcome to the Tempest. Trouble's what we do.
Ha! I like the way you...
Someone somewhere
Probably Tan. Damn politicians.
Is that all you brought?
You travel lean when supplies are tight and you're on your own.
Leaving the Nexus can't have been an easy choice.
It was, actually. Staying became impossible. After the mutiny happened, it was either buckle under Tan's rules, or staying under those conditions would have just resulted in...
Can't argue with that.
Ryder. He's up to something. I just can't prove it. We should pay him a visit on the Nexus.
What's it like to have cash?
Damn proud of her, too. She did good. Even with me for a granddad.
She's honest. Definitely blunt.
She had to take after me in some ways, I guess.
Did Lexi brief you on Sam and squad connectivity?
Yeah. You want to hook that thing up, putting an AI in your head, giving it access to everything like that, it's begging for trouble.
Why do you say that?
I've seen what bots can do when they turn on their... Been in some of those fights. There's a No shit. Ruined the ride.
Almost. Sam is part of what makes someone a Pathfinder.
So long as it's not in my head and it ain't messing with my body.
I'd like to know more about you.
Fire away.
Tell me more about the Krogan colony.
My clan's there. We also got some scouts looking for any unclaimed territory to grab up. Got a decent set. Food's food. Just be... I'm pretty fond of Corcrow roots myself. Takes a while to chew through those.
How did you invest?
Must have been a pretty steep... You make do with what... She swiped supplies. I tried to intimidate her into turning them over to me, and let me tell you, that Turian takes shit from no one.
She really has a way of getting...
She sure... But here's the best. She waited until I saw her. They're both still laughing at me over that.
So, about all this combat...
Ha! The list will be shorter if you... I've been doing this for a long time now. Centuries. Shit. Well over a... Don't even know how I'm still alive.
Skill?
You need luck to be a merc. Skill, sure. And a really hard head.
Got any stories or advice?
Does a piejack scratch its butt?
Anything about the cat? Or combat in general?
Well, common cat are pretty straightforward. Hit them hard enough, they die like anything else.
Tell me more about fighting cat.
Wraiths are sneaky little shits like the... Just listen for them. They tend to give themselves away. Break through their head plates, then a headshot should do the trick.
Tell me more about fighting...
Perfect for grenade practice.
Why did the Krogan leave the Nexus?
The Nexus got us Krogan to stop the mutiny. In return, we were supposed... Spender, Addison's assistant, lied about the deal. Kesh is alone on that station now.
You think someone might try to hurt Cash?
Dan wouldn't listen to me when I told him Spender had a part.
So what's...
Things need to get sorted out in my clan. Way I see it, you're probably the best one for that job.
We can talk more later.
Sure.
Hey, one last...
Yeah?
I don't love being called kid.
I'll try to stop doing that. Can't promise I won't slip up, though.
I'm in the armory.
Pathfinder, help me with something? I know, not exactly standard. Gotta make the space comfortable. Plus, the fabric diffuses the charge from an overclocked Omni blade. Not giving up a 6% boost, right?
Someone brought this to Andromeda?
It was new when we left. It's been a hard year. So, finally time for that beer? And after 2 years and a dozen suspensions, I took a lateral promotion up. Being a cop just didn't fit. But crisis response? Digging people out of trouble? I bet Hustle followed you into a few peace actions. Think about your Alliance days much?
Tell me about your group.
Heavy Urban Search Terrain 1? Yeah. Earth's contribute... HUST1, but Hustle looks much better. All civilians, retired vets, or shits like me. Tastes better just thinking about those days.
I wanted adventure and mystery at the edge of known space. There was so much to see. Seems like a long...
600 years, give or take. So, Pathfinder.
That blunt, huh?
That blunt.
When I started with the Alliance, it was about adventure. But with my dad's troubles, I needed something new. But if I wanted to get away, it had...
Gotcha. Clean slate. I want to say I'm running from my past, but really running from myself. That'd be a great... But it's bullshit. I had family, friends, a good enough... I just heard about the initiative and... Still do. I have to. We're in it.
We can't go back. But we're not trapped by decisions a galaxy by...
I don't feel trapped. We came from a good place for good reasons. A new start guided by the Pathfinder. I'll bust my tail to make that a good story. We started Pathfinder. A new life. I wasn't looking to start over. I wanted to start big. But it got me into Hustle. They mostly take vets and retired service. Best years of my life. And that led me here. It was traditional. How about you?
Traditional is a weird term for family. Like normal.
I suppose you're right. I sure didn't keep to tradition. I said goodbye to my mum and dad and got on a ship to Andromeda.
We'll talk later.
I know it.
Oh, hey, Pathfinder.
The Pathfinder's there? Let me say hi.
Fine, but don't embarrass me. Ryder, this is Sid, my sister. Sid, Ryder.
Hope I'm not interrupting something important.
Not at all. We were just finishing up.
Wait, Ryder, I just wanted to know if...
So I know it feels like I just jumped aboard your ship without explanation.
I would have done the same just to get off the Nexus.
That's not why I came. Sure, I want to explore the gap. I know everyone on the crew, even the actuators Gil prefers for the ship. Better, I know how to get my hands on them. With me around, your crew's going to be at their best. We've been failing for months, Ryder. Now that we have you, we have a chance out here.
Wow, that's some laser
Yeah? Was it too much? Some people get intimidated.
We need that sort of drive. I just hope I can keep up.
You'll keep up. And I promise I won't. I should track down a lead for Gil's actuators. Back channels. We'll chat later? terraforming, We really had no idea what Helios was about, did we?
If we...
I'm just saying. I really hope you have a plan, Ryder.
The plan's the same. We find a home.
I mean, we have to make it. The alternative is not even worth thinking about.
You talked about your back channels.
We brought a lot from home. Some of it marked initiatives. Most things you want, someone's got. You just have to figure out who, and what they're willing to take in exchange.
That just sounds like you're taking advantage.
Is it? I get people what they want, and they do want, or they wouldn't pay.
Have anyone else here with you?
No, just me and Sid. It's a... special? Oh. You mean like... Oh. No, nothing like that. Who has time? What about you?
Anywhere's gonna feel empty if you don't have someone to share it with.
A romantic? I wasn't expecting that. Then again, the entire idea of leaving everything you know for a chance at something new is kind of romantic. Anyway.
How did you hear of...
I thought it was a one-time deal, but eventually I figured out something was going on. I asked and she told me about the initiative. New galaxy, new home. Couldn't pass that up. Some wanted to go home, some demanded answers.
And you?
Some days I wondered if the exiles had a point. Thing about conning people, you always know something. If I'm going to pick a side, I'm picking the liars.
You probably have work to...
You know where to find me.
Pathfinder, making the rounds. Slumming it, huh? Want to see how the riffraff are making out?
Hey, it's a dirty job. Are you the riffraff spokesman?
King, actually. You might want to bow.
I'll take my... Just want to see how things are going.
I can coax more out of this baby than some might think, but we shouldn't... It just feels good to be stretching our wings, you know? Stuck on the Nexus, gotta say, I was regretting joining the initiative.
Seems like life back there was pretty...
Not gonna lie. I tend to live the way I work. Kind of feel... I was going nuts on that station. You can't know how jazzed I was when you showed up.
You mean how jazzed you were that a Pathfinder showed up?
Tomato.
Deal.
Long time no chat. What's up? Well, veteran soup. As far as your Hyperion peeps go, the docs... Does a Pathfinder know what to do with a dead end?
I hear we have you to thank for...
Don't tell her, but the truth is, expands the guild legend. Plus, I convey calm and assurance, and the whole team relaxes, which helps them do their jobs better.
What's your social...
I'm good for a laugh, so I know lots of... My one true friend is stationed on the Nexus. She's the only... The more you and I get to know each other, the more you'll probably hear about her.
How tough was it on the Nexus all the...
Have you ever eaten overcooked space cow tongue?
Can't say I have.
Well, let me tell... Wondering if you're gonna die from a critical malfunction? Maybe even participate? I didn't place any bets, if that's what you're asking. We traveled all this way, all hope and wonder, and we end up fighting with each other over scraps. It's sad.
Good talking to you.
Anytime.
Scans of the Scourge. All that dark energy twisting and turning on itself. It's splendid.
I suppose it is a rather dark...
Darkly beautiful. I like that. Helios is incredible, isn't it? Not just all of it. So alien. A constant reminder of the divine intelligence behind all creation.
There's something about coming face to face with something...
Wow. It's wonderful to meet someone who, as if having faith in the divine, as if the sacred could be diminished by the search for truth.
It's good to have different voices on my team.
Excellent. Oh, speaking of the team, I should update the folks. We'll talk later.